see about cloud computing. So for the faculties, we are going to see about cloud computing. So cloud computing, what is mean by cloud computing? So what for the first 45 minutes we will be seeing this concepts. So what is cloud computing? So cloud computing, so model, so and key cloud concept, cloud service model, pros and cons. So this will be the concept for the first 45 minutes. So next, so what is cloud computing? Before going into that, so first itself, so what does I mean by cloud computing? Is a remote virtual pool of, so remote virtual pool of on demand shared resources, compute, so compute, storage, database, and network services that can be rapidly deployed at a scale. That means what I'll be telling means a remote virtual pool means a remote wireless communication. So we are going to access these concepts. So having a server in any of the country. So example, we are having a server in so Dubai or country, USA, Canada, Australia, like that. Any country is there. So from there we will be accessing our services. From there we will be accessing server. From here you are accessing that server. So for that we will be using this remote virtual means that can be not physically present. So on demand shared resources. On demand means whenever I need, I can able to create a server. So whenever I need, I can able to create a server. And shared resources means I'll be using the shared resources only. That means my system will be used by many of them. Offering compute, storage, database, and network services that can be rapidly deployed at a scale. So compute means nothing but your CPU. Storage means nothing but a hard disk. Database means database. So we will be having a database. So structured database here. And network services means a communication device. So communication used for the communication. So why we are using the network means it is used for the communication that can be rapidly deployed at a scale. So within a minute, if I need, I can able to create whenever I need, I can able to create one server, and within that minute, so within that, I can able to create deploy at a scale. So within a fraction of minutes, within a minute, I can able to create one server. So this is a concept, sir. So now we can note this. So it's similar to what I can. So if you have all of them have the doubts that we will be using. So why we are using cloud computing means all of them in the real today's in the real world, all of them use the cloud computing. So for what they will be using cloud computing means. So for so all of them using the cloud computing for storage. So all of the if you are going for any of the mobile, if you buy any mobiles around, you will be asking for storage. So how is the free online storage? They will be giving 5 GB or 10 GB or Google if you use. So they will be giving 15 GB or any other things or all the things will be comes in that year. We are doing to perform action. So if you want to store anything or any computing task or hosting and all the things will be comes under this cloud computing. So now, so all of them knows that so this is cloud computing. So how we can compare? So we have to when you are studying any of the concept, you will be have to compare with this real world examples. So in the real world examples, so how we can compare means we will be using electricity board. We can compare with the electricity board EB. So how we can come means we are going to get one connection. So it means you will be registered for this and you will be getting the connections. So on whenever we need, we can use the services. So if I put the, so that means they will be giving the connections. So whenever I need, I can put the fan. So for that, electricity is consumed and they will be charged that. So how much amount I'm using, I have to pay for that amount. So here also pay as per use. So cloud computing is pay as per use. And if I get any so if I for the infrastructure, I will not spend any amount. So like EB also, I will not spend any amount. So that means that the poll or any other things, I will not spend any amount. So for that also, that will be I can use this concepts. So that can be, so I can for that poll also I didn't want to spend any of the amount. So next what I can do means if I have any issues or any other things, they will be sorted out. If I fix the complaints, they will sort out all the issues. So like that only the cloud computing. So it's a remote virtual pool of on-demand shared resources offering so storage, compute, storage, database, and network service that can be rapidly deployed at a scale, and you pay as per use. I can help. I can you pay as per use. So pay as per use means it will be used based upon the usage. So we have to pay as per usage. So how much I'm using for that only I'll be have to pay the amount. For other things and I can don't want to use. So with the help of the internet connection only I can able to use because so we are getting the connection from US based. So US or any other country we are getting that connection. So for that I have to use internet connection. So next thing is that I have to go into detail, see the detail about compute, storage, database, and network resources in detailed manner. So first we are going to see about compute. So what is meant by compute? So compute is nothing but your CPU. So compute is nothing but your CPU. So CPU means a compute object provides a brain to process your workload. So that means what I will be telling means so if so in the computer also CPU will process all the things. So that means examples. So if you are typing anything, it will be processed and it will give the outputs. So for that it will be using. So for that the classical environment comparison, think of hardware devices with CPU, RAM, and how they work in on-premise environment. On-premise environment means online environment. So that means a virtual environment. So in that virtual environment, on-premise environment. Next thing is that now you got the idea. And storage. So already you know about the storage. Storage means allows resources you to save and store your data. So that means it's a hard disk, and wherever we need, we can store our resources. Any resources that allows you to save your data, the cloud is stored as storage resources. So that means a classical environment, typical environment. So typical that would be seen as a server hard disk. So hard disk SSD nowadays SSD also there. So SSD network attached storage and high speed storage area in network. So like this and all this concept and all we are putting in this concept storage concepts. So that means hard disk. So if you are using all the things will be comes under shared resources, not in any other concept. So shared resource means the hardware hard disk means so if the hard disk means so 10 GB means each and every 2 GB will be separated to everyone. So like this, we can give the partitions. Like this, we can give the partitions for this, and they have will be storing the data, and whenever they need, they can retrieve from that stored data. So database. So already all of them knows about the database. Sources allows you to save stored structured set of data. So store used to store a structured set of used by your application. Structure means so unstructured and structured is there and semi-structured is there. Structured means it's a having a structured format. That means tables, rows and columns. It will be having a rows and columns. So why you are using this rows and columns means so why we are using the rows and columns. So first of all we have to know it means so all the records. So user records, all the user records will be collected from there. So and next what it will be doing now, so used with the data center, so used by application and how when the system is started, when the system is ended, so all the information will be collected by the database. For that reason only we are using this database. So database or so classical environment means comparing with the physical environment or premise environment. So database are widely used in data centers with some common database engine being SQL Server, Oracle, and MySQL. Within the cloud, there are wide variety of database engines available for different use cases. And you can note this. So now you got the ideas about this concept and network concepts. So network means network. Already I told that network is a communication device. It's like a communicating device. Communicating. It is used for the communication purpose. So network is used for the communication purpose. So network resources provides the connectivity, allowing other resources, compute, storage, database to communicate with each other. That means what we'll be telling means what we'll be telling now. So all the things compute means CPU in its own place in the data server part. CPU will present in one place, hard disk one placed in placed in one stage, and database will be placed in one of the server. All the things are that are linked together in the network concepts. With this network only, they will be communicating with each other. This is the concept. So in the classical environment comparison, it is a typical environment would like to find hardware such as router to route traffic between the network switches. So router means Wi-Fi modem. So Wi-Fi router, all of them. So it will be route the traffic between the switches. So switches, all of them knows that it will be used to transfer data to other all systems. So firewall to allow or any traffic into the environment. So firewall means it is used for the security purpose. So like in the real environment, it will be used for the security purpose. So in the security purpose, so we'll be checking that who and all wants to come, did not wants to come. So that means in our college campus, there will be security is there. Who wants to come, who didn't want to come, all the things will be connected by this firewall. Like this, here it will be allow port. So which port? So port. So allow at any ports. So that means 80 port, 22 port. Which port I want to use? That means that allow it will allow that ports alone. So this is the concept. So on next. So from this till now you got the ideas about these concepts. So if you have any doubts, you can ask in the chat. So chat will be available for few seconds. So this is will be the introduction part. So now you got the ideas about these concepts. So anyone, so now if you want any ask any questions, so mic will be available. So if you want any questions, you can ask now. So for the 1 minute, you can ask. If you have any doubts, anyone can unmute yourself and you can ask the questions. Sir, voice breaking. So my, I think. So wait a minute, I will be checking.
No, your voice is clearly audible right now when you
Yes, sir.
start the presentation. Okay. Previously, the sound is not there, not properly there, but right now it is okay.
Okay, now I think my voice will be clearly audible. So okay, so network. So next we are going to see about another concepts. So next, so cloud deployment model. Now we are going to see about the deployment model as the next section of. So in the cloud deployment model, there are three types of clouds are there. So three types of clouds are there. So what does the cloud means? So public cloud, private cloud, and hybrid cloud. So public cloud infrastructure is accessible by general public or a large group of industries. So wait a minute. Can you hear my voice? I think my voice will be clearly audible. Okay. So okay, the public cloud infrastructure is accessible by a general public or a large industry group and is owned by an organization. Provide cloud service. So simply that means the public cloud means whoever wants I can use that service. Example, I can use Google Gmail or Google. So in this Google is providing many services. So that services like I can easily accessible. So I can easily accessible by a general public. So we are a general public. So that means I can if I need account, so I can use Google. I can create an account. I can use that services. That is a concept. So large group of industries. So large group of industries and owned by an organization that provide cloud service. So here, similar comparison we can use. So for the similar comparison, we can use Google Gmail or OneDrive or other things. You can do that. So for this concept, so we will be telling us AWS cloud computing, Azure, Microsoft Azure, so Google Cloud. Many cloud is there, but three is the main one. So for that reason, I'm telling this concept. So here today, in n number of services are there. So n number of services is Google is so n number of service providers are there. But in this main concept, they will be using this concept as a main. So on general public and large group of industries. So now you got the ideas about this. So private cloud means it's similar opposite to that public cloud. So that means it's only operated for an organization. That means we will be having for an organization, our college itself, for our college. So it has many managed by an organization or third party may exist on premise or off premise. So that means so here that will be especially for us only. So whoever we need, so we can have in a here itself or in our college campus itself or itself online campus. So online. So that means server can take the server, but only for an organization. So like that we can have these concepts. So this will be that. So private cloud. Now you got the idea. Private cloud means so you can tell that. So attendance system. We will be having a ERP system in our college. ERP. So for that ERP system, so we will be accessing for our college itself. They will be having our server. So college server they will be having for storing the files. So for college students alone, they will be having these files. So that is the concept. So that will be accessed by one and only by particular peoples. So on for the particular peoples only they will be having the cloud. So that means this is the example. So if you have this private cloud is open stack. So like this in this we will be having open stack, open nebula. So eucalyptus and tree cloud is that, but today we are using one and only the open stack for the private cloud. So for that others and all practicing, for the practicing purpose we are using this. So for the practicing purpose we are using, but we are one and only the open stack is we are using. So one and only the open stack we are using, one and only the open stack for this private cloud. And next hybrid cloud. All of them know that hybrid cloud is combination of private and public. For distinct function within a same organization. So which means within the same organization they have both the clouds. In the particular one cloud itself, they will be having both the clouds. So all of them have the doubts that where we will be using these concepts. So in the IT companies now we are using for them IT companies. So in the IT companies where they will be using now, those they will be using for so testing purpose and development deployment purpose. So if we testing, if we are going in a public first, they will be developed in a private cloud. So for that, for the group of peoples only, they will be used to show that product. So they will be working on it, and after that, it will be moved to the public cloud in the same environment. So this is known as hybrid cloud, but now they are using for the in the IT companies only. They are using for the other. No, they are not using IT company for the testing purpose and deployment purpose. They are using this hybrid cloud concepts. So key cloud concepts. Already we've seen that all the clouds, but in this concept, so we are going to see the important concepts. So key cloud concepts. So on-demand resourcing. So whenever I need, I can able to create one server. So whenever I need, I can able to create one server. That is a concept. And next thing is scale up and scale in and out, up and down. So what is mean by scale in and out means? So scalability means scale up and down means so alter the power and performance of the instance peripheral using greater CPU or memory. So greater CPU power will be increasing the CPU or downgrade the CPU and memory also. CPU and memory, that means core processor and memory also will be increasing and decreasing. Scale in and out. So scale in and out means what we will be telling now. So remove instances, number of instances. So if we add number means instance means a computer. So in the here instance we will be telling one and only the computer, virtual computer, not a computer, not a virtual. Here we will be telling us virtual computer. So we will be adding and removing computers whenever needed. So benefit of economy of scale. So what is the meaning? This mean if we use these concepts, so benefits of economy of scale means so budgeting. So if we use cloud computing, if we have only laptop means today now it's cost around good configuration and all, it will be cost around 1 lakh for minimum at least a lakhs we will be spending. So if we use cloud computing means we will be using for the project alone will be if I want to use means we have to we can pay for that time itself. So that means it will be cost around over 2,000 to 3,000. So 1 lakh is there instead of buying one laptop for one project. So we can use the cloud concept and we can remove whenever we didn't need. So this is the budgeting. So economy of scale. So flexibility, elasticity. Next concept is flexibility, elasticity. So flexibility, elasticity means so what is mean by that means amount of resources you require. So and how long it take to take, how much and how long we want. So elastic means so amount of resources we require. Flexibility whenever we need resources, we can add the resources. And down means we can based upon our flexibility and elasticity. So need and remove. How long we can need, we can use, and we can move means we can use that. We can remove. So what is mean by growth? And next means growth. So growth daily. So on demand. So demand means whenever we need, we are creating on servers and all. So all the things. So growth, there will be growth. So all the things global customers are increasing. So global customers means all over the world. Cloud resources usage are increasing day by day. So they are increasing all the things. So now, so cloud resources also increasing and a wide range of usage and services are there. And utility based metering. Already we discussed that utility based metering. Utility based metering is nothing but that. So utility based metering means already we discussed about the EV bill. So EV, they will be having one meter, and with that meter, so with that meter, so whenever we need, we can, so whenever we put the TV or AC or TV fan or light, the meter will be reading. Meter will be read. So it will be charged based on that. So like that, it will be having this meter. So however, whenever I need I will be using the resources. They will be charged based upon the hour basis. So not any other concept. They will be charged based on the hour basis. So shared infrastructure. Already I know that we told that shared infrastructure. That means one system is used by many peoples. That is a shared infrastructure and highly available. So what does mean by highly available? Now it is available 24. Whenever we need, I'll be available. So all the data will be available whenever 24 into 7, 24 bar 7. The data will be available. And it will be secured. So we don't worry about that. My files will be hacked or hackers will take my files and all. It will be secured. So don't worry about that. Always this concept, this will be cloud computing will be secured one. So don't worry about that. So now it's a file is secured. Or files will be and cloud service model. So cloud service model. So here, so cloud service model consists of three types. So what does this mean? Infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service. Three types of service. So you can ask that. So many services are there. Now it's having one and only three. So we are seeing the introductions to cloud. So for the introduction to the cloud, this is the main types of cloud service model. So if we go for AWS or Amazon or any other Azure, any other things, they will have many clouds. So next, first we are going to see about infrastructure as a service. So before that, we can see that infrastructure means it consists of hardware and OS. So software as a service means it will be consist of software. So platform as a service means combination of both things. So combination of hardware, software, and OS. So all the things which will be considered. So three things will be considered. So the three things will be considered. That is called as platform as a service. Simply we know that. So here many things that simply we have to know the next single point that it will be hardware and OS requirements. So highest level of customization and management. Highest level of customization and management is offered by the IaaS. Infrastructure and these services allows us to architect our own portion of the cloud by configuring a virtual network. So that means what we'll be telling now, one portion of the cloud means we will be configured based upon our configuration. So based on if I need i5 processor or i3 processor or 2 GB RAM or 4 GB RAM, 8 GB RAM, I can based upon my needs, I can able to configure my network. So virtual network. So here it comes under one and only the virtual network. These are segmented from other network resources, allowing you to deploy any resources you need. You can configure the instance from the operating system and up, and including the type of OS installed. So that means so configure instance. So instance means nothing. So instance will be telling us. A virtual computer, we will be telling our virtual computer is an instance from the operating system and up, including the type of OS installed. So next we are going to see about software as a service. So in this software as a service, what we'll be telling now, you will have any examples. So software examples. So example, or for the simple thing, we can tell that if you are having, so if you are having, so if you using Gmail, all of them are using Gmail, any other things. So if I using Gmail or any other things, so I will be sharing a mail like Google PDF or Word document or any other things, media files or anything. It can be able to we can able to access that services without any. So without any of this. So for this computers, I'll be using this concepts. So for this, I know that you will know that. So we'll be using that. For this concept, I'll be using this concept, software as a service. So allows us to deliver application that can be widely disturbed and access, fully managed, access over the internet. No recommend to install any software because already installed by this concerned person. The software is installed already installed by the concerned person, so that we don't need to install any software. So now we got the ideas about that. What is mean by that? So next, platform as a service. So platform as a service now already you know that platform is a this combination of infrastructure as a cloud and platform software as a service. So both the things are combined together to form a platform as a service. Provides a greater level of provides a greater level of opportunity management and control. You have access to the framework from the operating system and up. So underlying the architecture, host, hardware, network components, and OS are typically managed and maintained by the supported by the vendor. So vendor means so here third party person. So vendor means so I'll be managed by that vendor. So and this makes a greater deployment for developers. So for the developers, they will be having this. So what where I can tell means if I want to install Python, I want to do one project in Python. So for that, what I can do means project means so I can, so I have to know that hardware requirements. My system how GPU or CPU now GPU and CPUs came so how much of RAM needed, hard disk, how much space is there, how many core processor I need, all the things I have to mention. So and that next, what are the software I need? So either VS Code or so Anaconda framework. So Anaconda. So like this, what are the needs I need that for the Python? So that both the things, hardware requirements and OS also, Linux or Windows, whatever I need, I have to know make the notes. So for that, I'm using this and combine that platform as service. For this easy way, so I don't want to install any configuration at all in the cloud. So third party is that. So third party, if I am having this, I can if I architect my own cloud, I'll be used to sell in this marketplace. So marketplace is the place where I can sell my data. So that means I can able to create one thing and I can able to share with them. So that means the vendor. If I vendor, I can all the things will be combined and I'll be sell for this. So like this only platform as a service will be there. So and next is a data center. So all of them knows that data centers. So what is mean by data centers? So data center is a place where data are stored. Our data are our files are stored. So what is mean by that now? Location. So data center means a location where it's located. So example, so US, Canada, Austria. So like that will be that. four physical securities. So it will be having securities, so like internal security, external securities, so like this. So internal means what are the things that are, how we can protect it from external resources and all, and machines. So mechanical, electrical infrastructure, C or AC. So it will be combined with, so all the servers are 24 into 7, it will be running. So for that you have to use computer room air conditioning. So network infrastructure, you have to provide network infrastructure for, because we are going to access from here to there. So for this network infrastructure is there, switches, routers, firewalls, all the things will be there. And servers, server applications, directory and database, it has that. So all the things will be, all of them is know that rack server. So we are having rack server, so all the things will be, servers will be there, and one system will be there, all the things will be connected with each other. So in this concept, that will, it will be done here in this concepts. So anyone having the doubts till now? So if you have any doubts, you can ask the doubts. So if you are any doubts, you can unmute yourself. So you can unmute yourself and you can ask the doubts if you till now. So next, with this, we'll be completing this introductions to cloud part, and after that we'll be moving to the AWS part. So if you are anyone having the doubts, you can unmute yourself and you can ask the doubts. Okay. So next concept is AWS.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Good evening.
this is Dr. M. Balamurugan from SLCS College.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Yeah, so can you give the example for exact example for IaaS and PaaS, platform as a service, infrastructure as a service?
So, sir, already I told that no infrastructure hardware consists of hardware requirements, sir.
So I understand, sir, but sir, you already said that infrastructure as a service means the user can access or tune the choose the provision to choose the hardware and OS
Yes,
to
sir.
access
Sir,
in the
hardware
cloud.
means, sir, it consists of, hardware means the RAM, CPU, and hard disk. Three things.
Okay.
So nowadays they consist of
Okay.
CPU or GPU configurations.
Yeah. So I
Yes,
understand both infrastructure as well as software as a service,
yes,
but
sir.
you are telling that the combination of IaaS and the SaaS is a platform as a service. So
Yes,
while
sir.
choosing the platform as a service means, is there any real-time example for platform as a service? So
Yes, sir.
you already said that Anaconda is an example for the Anaconda is a framework for
Yes, sir. Sir, framework, sir. I'm
having the
telling
all.
that, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, I told that all the thing will be combined, sir. Anaconda, that hardware requirements, software requirements, both the things will be considered as a platform as a service. So that
Oh,
means
okay,
what I,
okay. So,
sir, that
so
means Anaconda
yeah, yeah,
also
yeah.
is a software as a service, sir. It comes under software as a service. So here I have to choose hardware and OS installed, sir. So
Okay,
with
in a
that,
platform as a service, so I don't bother about what type of hardware, software, and
all the
OS.
things will be
So
combined,
all
sir.
those things are combined together. Yeah.
Yes, sir, combined together, and they will be provided, one vendor is provided, sir. Example, Amazon is, if Amazon is a vendor, they will be providing one thing, sir. If Amazon is a vendor,
Okay.
they will
So
provide all the things. If I want to if I want to do a project in Python, so they will be giving all the infrastructure, sir. Infrastructure, all the things will be predefined, pre-configured.
okay, I understand. So, if I need to install the Anaconda means, so in my system means I need to set up the whether it is belongs to 32-bit or 64-bit Python.
Yes,
All
sir.
those things I need,
Yes,
but
sir.
in cloud, there
Yes,
is
sir.
no need
Same
of
thing. Yes, sir. Same thing,
dependency.
sir.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
In the practical session, you will be understanding this concept, sir.
Yeah, I understand. I already used this kind of things.
Can you
Docker is
give
a
me for
container.
another person
Yeah.
the time?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
No, actually, as far as my knowledge is concerned, the platform as a service is nothing but they are providing the only platform itself. For example, I require Linux operating system. They are going to provide the Linux, and whatever the software I have, I can able to install that in that platform, because that is my
Yeah,
understanding. Whatever the subject I taught, that is possibility is there. Okay,
Sir,
if you
here, sir,
require
here.
software as a service, so we can procure both the platform as a service and the software as a service.
Yes, sir.
I think is
yeah. Now only I catch your point, sir. Yeah, I understand. Yeah.
that is actually main theme of the platform as a service and the software as a service. Suppose if you require only software, we have a platform. They are going to provide that software.
Yes,
Okay,
Is
sir.
it
okay,
right?
sir. So I understand, sir, that is a container like Dogger. So if you are using Dogger means they are having the all those dependency for installing Eclipse.
Yes, sir. So next we can go for the services, sir. AWS we can go for.
Ah, okay, yeah.
Yes, sir. So next we are going to see about AWS. So Amazon Web Services. So what is meant by Amazon Web Services? Many platform is there. So example we will having Azure. So AWS, so Azure, AWS, Google, IBM, or all the things, Alibaba, all of them are having this AWS. So cloud platform. So in this cloud platform, AWS is the best one. So today is the first one, first in that cloud computing. Why we are telling the cloud computing means, so all daily they will be having the updates about these concepts about the AWS. So on this, it is a cloud platform, so provided by Amazon. So in it will be providing by the Amazon. So Amazon Web Services. So first e-commerce. So e-commerce, this e-commerce 2007 they introduced. So cloud computing is the first service by Amazon. 2006 they introduced this cloud services. Offers wide range of services for computing, storage, database, networking, machine learning, security, and more things it will be having. So it will be able to fulfill our requirements. So business requirements. That means if I want to I want to host example, I want to host my server. So my host my files. So in the cloud. So that means my website. Example, I'm having one website. I want to host my website in this cloud. So for that, I'll be using these concepts. So for this, I'm using this. So AWS, one of the cloud providers. I can use any of the cloud providers. For that, I can use this AWS. So and next thing is so advancement. Advancement means so each and every day they will be changing this. They will be updating their services. So we are using this AWS. When compared to Azure, so AWS is slightly costlier when compared to Azure. So if you are using for one server, if you are taking in Azure 1 rupee means AWS it will be 2 rupees charges. So that means double the charges. So but we are using daily all of many corporate people using AWS because so it is very easy and it's very efficiency when compared to Azure cloud computing and other cloud computings also. Azure Google Cloud or any other clouds. So in this 2018, so in 2018, it has 19 region and 57 availability zones in 2018. And 2019, 5 more region added and 15 availability zone is added. What is region and availability zones? Now we can see our needs. So region, first we can see about region. Region means nothing but your cities. So place. So place means cities. Example, we can tell us it is a city. That means if you are in a Chennai, we'll be telling that it's a region. So geographical area. So where the data center is located. Data center consists of two or more availability zones. So it consists of two or more availability zones. That means it means so data center availability zone is nothing but your data center. Region is a place. So geographical place means city where it's located and to availability zones, and it has availability means regions. So availability means data center. It has two data centers. Example, so A and B, like this they will be having. Why I'm having data center as two data center means, for example, so A data I'm having A data center and B data center in Chennai city. So that means what I mean, if I storing my files in a data center, so B data center will have the backup of the A data center. Whatever I am storing in a data center, that will be backup in B data center. If I store the data in a B data center, the A data center will have the backup of this. What is the reason behind that means? So what is the reason means? First reason, know that if any problem has occurred or natural disaster or any other things occurred in the data center, so we can take the backup from that. It will be easily simply changes to this services. So B data center, and from the B data center we can access that data. So for this process only we are having minimum at least two availability zones. So now we can note this. So availability zones is a data center. Inside that, there will be a bunch of computers. Data center is just filled with servers. So availability may be a several data center because they are close together and they are counted as one availability zones. So today, availability zone means data center for A and B data center. At least they will be having a 50-kilometer distance. So because one data center is any fault occurrence or natural disaster or any other things, we cannot take the data centers. So for that 50-kilometer distance nowadays, they having minimum at least 50-kilometer distance for both of them. That means both data centers, A and B data center, will have at least 50-kilometer distance. So always we have minimum at least two data centers in the place. Because so already I told that for this reason we are having at least two data centers. Now you got the ideas about this concepts. So now will be going to see about website. So now we'll be going to the practical session. Before going to the practical session, we can check with this AWS services. So website name is amazon.aws.amazon.com. So aws.amazon.com. This is the website. So for this, so we'll be going to this. So this website. So this website they will be updating each and every day. So you can check with this. So like today is there, within a week they will be updating because it's a online platform. So they will be updating each and every day. So AWS. So for this and so all the things. So in this AI also they introduced now. AI also introduced in this concept. So our next, so our services. So for solutions, our solutions. So that means they give solutions for all the industries. So they give the top industries or not, but all the industries they are using. So if we are playing a double so online games like all the games double player games or single player games in this online platform, all the things will be here. They mean they will be hosted in the online. So we can from that online itself they will be hosted in the cloud. From that we can able to take this game. So we can play on games, financial services, telecom industries, so healthcare industries. So in the healthcare industries, what they will be doing now, so all the records, our health records and all, we will be storing in the cloud. So nowadays artificial intelligence, all the solutions and all we will be giving. In the mechanical sectors, so in the car itself nowadays automobile sector they are using this cloud services. Because how they are using implementing means, if you are using this means with that, so with that what they will be doing means, so if you have the cordless problem, the car is in a problem means, all the nowadays they will be tracking that the SUV cars and all they will be tracking and they will be coming to the particular place and they will be scanning with this one, and we will be checking that how much kilometers it run and where they use that, all the GPS configuration and all it will be comes in this cloud concepts and their products. So what are the products? So here we are having, so here we are having one only the top products around. So, but many products there, in number of services, many at least thousands of products are there, hundreds of our products are there. But in this, many only the important products are on they will be given there. So, Elastic Compute Cloud. So, Elastic Compute Cloud is the best, so basic one. So, first we will be starting with this Elastic Compute Cloud. We will be creating one virtual computer. In this, we will be creating one virtual computer. So, S3 is similar to Google Drive. So, where we are only storing our files and backups and all, we will be storing. So, all the things it will be having many services are there, but it's the important services. So, top services that will be listed in this here. So, next we will be telling about training and certifications. So what is mean by training and certifications means? So in this training, so we'll be getting, so Amazon also providing training, some certain trainings for this. So skill builder, Amazon Educate is on program is that. So from that we can able to get the train. We can get the training from them. So we can get the trainings and we can have the certifications. So instead of getting certifications from the third party institute, so you can get the certification from completing this AWS course, and after that you can go for the model exams and all. You can study the questions and you can opt for the certifications. So certifications. So certifications mean many certifications are there. So here foundation certification, in the foundational certifications are there, cloud practitioner and AI practitioner are there. So AI practitioner within this year only they introduced that AI practitioner. So cloud practitioner is before itself there. So from the, if you are using in this basic level, you can use this. So if you are going in the industry, we are industry means based upon IT industry means based upon our requirements, we can choose any of these services. So we can use any of the services. So next, so professional level also they can use the industries, but as in a college level and all, or basically for the freshers and all, we can use cloud practitioner. So cloud practitioner means, so we have to pay $100 amount. So cost is 100 USD. But if you are using coupon or any other things, 50% discount is there and 100% discount also there. If we are going with an AWS Educate on website is there, so AWS is providing with that concept. We go there, we will be using. So we have to, we can able to do the free of charges. You can write the exam in a free of charges, and 90 minutes examination, 65 questions will be there. So now we can use in the concept. So next thing is that AI practitioner also $100. So that also we can use. Either you can choose this concept. So here we will be going with basics of this cloud practitioner concepts for this. And next, so so here that global network AWS regions. So already told that we have 19 regions and all in 2005 and all. So now 114 availability zones and 36 geographical regions in 2025. So in this, Mumbai and Hyderabad. So in India, we having data center at Mumbai and Hyderabad. So Hyderabad 2022 only they launched with the availability zones of three availability zones. Mumbai they have 2000 they launched in 2016 and availability zones of three availability zones. So Red Color and all coming soon. Now they are launching. They are going to launch Saudi Arabia, Germany, Taiwan, and New Zealand. So here they now they are going to introduce. So Thailand also 2025 only they launched the Thailand server. So Singapore also there, Malaysia also there. So data center. So this is the place, and that again all the things will be there. So if you want to study, so if you want to check the documentations and all, so if we, so docs.aws.amazon.com is the website. So docs.aws.amazon.com. From this, you can get the documentations. So for each and everything, we will be getting the documentations. For each and every guide, there will be documentations. So if your user guide means we can go with the HTML or PDF version. So HTML now I'll be if I go with the HTML version, so it will be there. So PDF also, if we want, we can go with the PDF versions. So all the things will be there. So instead of going to referring in a third party website, you can go in this website and you can learn. So if they update means first itself they will be updating this website. After that only they will be updating in their third party website. And after that only they will be launching this concepts. So here, so next, if you want to create an account, so AWS account means, so you can create AWS account. So I'll be create. So if you have to use. So nowadays you have to use. If you want to create that, you can click that AWS sign up for AWS. So root user account and account user. You can give your username, email address, and username. Account name. You can give any account username available. You can give any names. So and they will be verifying, and they have to pay 2 rupees amount. So you can use debit card or credit card. That should be international and e-commerce enabled. So and that should be so 2 rupees they will be charged, and the 2 rupees also within a week they will be refunded for payment verification. They will be charging the 2 rupees amount. Within a week they will be refund our amount. So don't worry about that. I'll be sending the documentation in the group. You can with that documentations you can able to all of them can able to create your AWS account. And after that I'll be clicking on sign in. So sign in. So this is the method. So this is the sign in method. So either I can use this. So if I go with this IAM, identity and access management, this is mean by that sub accounts. Like this sub accounts we can able to create. So next, sign in using root email address. So sub account means even the company and all they will be giving sub account, not the main account. Main account means a root account. They will not give the root account. They will be giving one and only the sub accounts. That means IAM account. So if I want to create that sign in account, I can use the email ID root user, and I will be giving my email ID as well as password. I can give and I can able to access this server. So now what I have to do means, here I can able to do that. So always I prefer to all of them to log in a incognito window. That is the best concept to log in. So sometimes they will be asking for the verification control. If you are using this computer alone, one computer alone, that means you can use in the main window. Otherwise, you are going to use in the multiple computers at the time, means multiple systems and all. You have to I prefer one and only the incognito window for sign in and all. And next thing is don't log in multiple same account at multiple systems at the same time. So it will leads to blocking the accounts or terminating the account. So the Amazon, if you find that suspicious activities are there like that, Amazon will block your account. So be careful in that. If you log in one system, you have to log in this systems alone, not simultaneously. You didn't want to log in any other systems. So this is a request. So next thing is that after login. So if I log in this, so after login this concept, so after login, so this will be the dashboard. So this will be the dashboard here. So some dashboard will be there. So this is the 9 dot. It's a services. All services will be listed here. So example analytics, so applications, blockchains, all the services will be integrated. Storage, so database, so compute. So compute is this concept. EC2 virtual server and all the things will be presented here. So if I know the services name and all, you can directly paste. You can directly type EC2 means here will be services there. Here cloud shell. So it is not accessible now. If you want to accessible, you can the command line. You can shell cloud shell. So with that shell, we can access these services and all the services and all we can access. So this is a notifications. If you have any get the notification from AWS and all the things will be configured here. So notification, you'll be getting the notification from this concepts. So this is the support center. If you have any support training documentation, all the things will be available here. So this is the theme settings. So light, dark, and all the things, dark, light, all the things will be presented here. So here, so already I told that region. So region here, many region is there. So you can select any region from here. From here, we can select any of the regions. So on region, so you can able to select one and only the region. Availability zones is automatically selected by the Amazon based upon the availability. So based upon the available, so it will be automatically generated changes to A or B. Which data center available, it will be selected based upon that. It will be we can able to select one and only the regions alone. So for the practicing purpose and all, we have to use one and only the US data centers. Yes, East 1, East 2, West 1 or West 2. The four regions, any regions you can select. And next, so if I am selecting North Virginia, US East 1, so that I can use that. From that server, it will be accessed that. And next, this will be the account informations. Account, if I want to get the account and all, account details and all, I'll be getting all the details which is enabled, which is not enabled, all the things I can check with this concepts. And next is organizations. So if I configure the organizations and all, it will be there. Multiple accounts are linked together as a AWS environment. So in this and next service quotas. So here this service quotas I can. So in this service quotas I can able to check that how many so how much instance I can able to deploy at a time. So that means so EC2. So I can check with the EC2. So Amazon Elastic Compute Cloud and view quotas. So here is A to Z Spotify. So spot instance. So that means ready instance. So that means I can able to create at the time 8 instance at the time. I can able to create 8 instance at the time. So like this I can able to check. If I want to increase the instance means I can click here request history. No is request or request here you can make give that request increase at account level and how much I want to increase like that I can give that and I can give the request. So this is the concepts. Billing and cost management. So in the billing and cost management, so billing and cost management. So here bills. So what are the bills? If I use anything, any concepts and all, so bills will be generated here. Here this so 32.38 USD is charged. So all this metering service here like metering service. All the 14 hours I use this Linux T2 dot small instance. 14 hours they will be charging 0.32 they charged. If I want to do the payments and all, I can do the payments. So I'm not having any charges. If I do that payment and all, I can able to complete my payments. So all the things will be there. Cost Explorer, all the things will be. We can see this in the next in the future. And next, security credentials. So security. What is mean by security credentials? Means so here account settings. If I want to change my account password and all, I can able to create here. I can change here. Multi-factor authentication, two-factor authentication. All of them knows that two-factor authentication. Authenticator with the authenticator app, I can able to that password is generated. With that password, I can able to use this multi-factor, so I can access that. So always my suggestion is that always use multi-factor authentication for accessing this account. Otherwise, sometimes our accounts will be blocked. For the security purpose, we have to use multi-factor authentications. So access key, with that access key also use a cloud front certifications also I can able to use. So these concepts and all we will be studying when we will be studying IAM, identity and access management.